Hey guys, it's Lori back again. I just really want to discuss a couple of these theories that are going around that if you really delve into them and look at it from a physics standpoint and a ballistic standpoint, it doesn't make any sense. So I'm just going to be honest here. When I first saw the video, which was just shortly after it happened, of Charlie being shot, I knew when I saw the amount of blood, he was more than likely gone almost instantly. I also felt in my gut, in my spirit, that it was a trained sniper. So when they came out, well, of course, within an hour or something, they said it was the guy with gray hair with the blue shirt, which, turned out to be a joke. But then when, I guess it was a couple of days later, when they said it was this kid from Utah who, granted, probably has a lot of mental issues. We don't have to go into all that. But more than likely, considering his lifestyle and his life choices. But when they said it was some kid and it was his grandpa's rifle, I didn't know what a Mauser 30-06 was. I've shot several different types of guns, but I'm no gun expert by any stretch of the imagination. So just to lay that out there. However, it just did not ring true. And then as the story kept going, and there were so many discrepancies with the Tyler Robinson story, for instance, the gun he supposedly shot, then broke it down and put it in a backpack. But the only thing is that particular gun, and I've watched several videos now from ballistic experts, people that understand physics, just basic physics, and are just know what they're talking about, and they're not sensationalists. They don't have huge followings making videos every week on this kind of stuff, but they know their stuff. Very left brain, very analytical. The gun, even broken down, wasn't going to fit in the backpack that Robinson had. We saw him jump off the roof, supposedly, allegedly, he jumped off the roof. Where was the gun? In his pants? I don't think so. Knees bend when he did that? No way. What else? The gun in the woods. Oh, what? He disassembled the gun, then maybe put the gun back together? Or why did he throw it in the woods? Like, if he was gone, why didn't he just keep going? There are just so many holes. It's like a sieve. And I'm interested to hear y'all's feedback. I really am. So I think, unfortunately, Tyler's the fall guy, and I don't understand how all that works, but that's what I think, because there's too many holes. But the latest and the biggest, I think, theory now is the mic on the lapel, and I just want to talk to you about why that doesn't make any sense. And I realize it's Stu Peters' theory, and so I don't know Stu. I used to watch him back during 2020 and around in there, but after, I don't know, I just lost interest. I'm not even sure why, but I just lost interest. But anyway, that's his big theory now, and and he has a huge following, so that's what he's passing along. And I don't know, maybe the man just doesn't understand basic physics or how firearms work. I don't know, but maybe both. But here's the thing, the mic on the lapel. Let's start with recoil. Anytime you shoot a gun, there's going to be a kickback. I don't care if it's a pistol or a rifle or whatever. The bigger the gun, the bigger the recoil, okay? If that thing, the mic on the shirt, had actually shot through the neck here, and that was an exit wound, it would have to recoil. And when you look at the video, when Charlie gets, when you look at the video, it's here. There's no sign of any entry wound here, which there would have been blood. There's no blood. This is the neck. Arteries, veins, okay? It's going to bleed. The slot, I don't care how small it is, it's going to bleed. But the mic, the shirt blew up, his necklace flew off. If you look at his neck, it expanded. It almost doubled in size because of the force of the hit and what actually went into him. The mic actually went up towards where they're claiming he was shot. It's like physically impossible. If it actually even had the power in and of itself to projectile something on detonation. Plus, usually when things detonate, they blow up. It definitely didn't blow up. So, also, if it's this little tiny mic, there was a gunshot sound. Everybody ducked. Where did that come from? You're telling me they simulated a gunshot sound when this mic supposedly went off? It just doesn't fly, you know? So I think people need to really like try to think through things and not just believe stuff because it's being sensationalized by people that have big followings and a lot of hype. Also, I don't know, Stu Peters said something about his Israeli backed, whatchamacallit, security. You know, I mean, I don't even really understand that statement. Like, but I don't know. I can't say that it wasn't an inside job, but I can pretty much definitely tell you the mic on the lapel is not the deal. So then if you think about the third, and there may be other theories out there. I think there's like somebody shot him from the outside, somebody shot him from the right, and then it went through to the left. I mean, again, there was no entry wound. We saw him fall. He went back and to his left because of the force of what hit him. But to me, it points, and I watched, it was over an hour video of a guy who's super left brain, a professional. I'm happy to put the link to that video if you want to watch it. And he not only goes over what actually struck Charlie, you know, and it had to be a high-powered rifle, but that the round, what struck him actually stayed in his body. And, I mean, that points to like a hollow point bullet. There may be other, like I said, I'm not a gun expert, but, you know, he shows you what happens in gel, like what they use with the FBI, the gel where you can actually physically watch the bullet go in and what it does. And he goes over it with the Mauser, and then he goes over it with some other different guns. He goes over it with some pistols, and it's pretty fascinating to watch. So, but I come back to the theory, and of course I think we're being lied to. I think we're absolutely being lied to. But I personally believe it was a trained sniper. And I just want the truth. That's what I want. Another thing this guy brings into it is the angle of Tyler Robinson, where he was on the building, which I thought that was a very interesting point. And I don't remember exactly, but basically he brings like the angle that Robinson was, and if he aimed, where he would have hit. And his belief is because of the angle that the shooter was more, more to Charlie's left. So I thought that was a very interesting thing. He just brought in a lot of very interesting components, very rational, very calm, not trying to sell you on anything, not trying to claim anything, but saying these other things do not make sense, and this is why. And just from what I know about physics and guns and bullets, and I'm sorry, I just don't think it was Tyler. And no, I don't think that a mic blew up, shot him over here. I mean, how big of a bullet could this thing have held? Maybe a 22? I don't know. Hey, Greg, I see you're on here. You're a gun guy. I mean, what do you think? Like, I'm looking to discuss this. I'm not trying to say I have the answers and I know. I'm just telling you from ballistics, physics, you know, what I know about guns and firearms. Like, the Mike Lapel story makes no sense, and the Tyler Robinson story makes no sense. So, anyway, let me know what you think. Interested to hear your feedback. It's the middle of the day. I know a lot of people are at work, but and I will be working tomorrow, but I'm off today, and I've been wanting to say something for a while. So let me know what you guys think. All right. Love you. Talk soon.